Before destiny lifts you, life will almost always shake you. Before a great blessing enters your life, a storm often arrives first. This is one of the most misunderstood truths about growth and success. The darkness you are going through is not the end. It is the evidence that a new dawn is on the way. Think of the natural world. No sunrise ever arrives without first being preceded by the darkest part of the night. The storm that lashes the earth before spring is not a sign that nature is dying. It is the signal that new life is about to bloom. The same principle applies to your journey. Before you rise to a higher level, life will test you. It will shake the ground beneath your feet. It will strip away what is temporary so that what is meant to last can be built. When God is about to give you something big, He does not simply place it into your hands. He first prepares you to hold it, and that preparation often comes disguised as struggle. You may lose things you thought you could not live without. People you trusted may walk away. Doors you prayed would open might slam shut. Plans you built with care may crumble before your eyes. And in those moments, you may question everything, your purpose, your path, even your worth. But here is the truth: the storm is not sent to break you. It is sent to build you. It is the fire that forges your strength. It is the chisel that shapes your character. Without it, you would not have the capacity to carry the greatness that is meant for you. The struggle is the proof that something powerful is forming. Just as the soil must be broken for a seed to grow, your old patterns, old limitations, and old fears must be broken so that the new version of you can emerge. This breaking is not punishment. It is transformation. In fact, if you look back on the greatest blessings of your life, you will often see that they were born out of your most difficult seasons. The heartbreak that taught you self-worth. The failure that sparked reinvention. The rejection that redirected you toward something far better. At the time, those storms felt unbearable, but now you see they were necessary. There is a reason for this pattern. Adversity awakens potential that comfort keeps asleep. You will never discover the depth of your strength while everything is easy. You will never develop resilience, patience, or unshakable faith if life never tests them. The storm is the training ground for the sunrise. When everything around you seems to fall apart, remember this: nothing truly meant for you is ever lost. What leaves your life in the storm was never strong enough to stand in the light. The relationships that dissolve, the opportunities that fade, the versions of you that no longer fit, they are not tragedies, they are clearings. The storm is clearing space for the blessing that is coming. And the harder the storm, the greater the sunrise. If life is shaking you more than ever before, it is not because you are being abandoned. It is because you are being prepared for something far beyond anything you have known. This is why the darkest nights often come before the most radiant mornings. So when the storm rages, do not run from it. Stand firm. Anchor yourself in faith. Remind yourself that the wind that bends you is the same wind that will lift you. Each drop of rain that falls is watering the soil of your future. Each gust of wind that pushes against you is building the strength you'll need to rise. And never forget, storms do not last forever. Every storm eventually passes. And when it does, the air is clearer, the ground is renewed, and the sun breaks through brighter than before. What once seemed like chaos reveals itself as divine order. What once felt like loss reveals itself as preparation. So if life is shaking you right now, if everything feels uncertain and nothing seems to make sense, do not despair. You are not being destroyed. You are being transformed. The storm is not a sign of your end. It is the announcement of your beginning. It means that something bigger, stronger, and far more beautiful is being born in your life. Hold on. Endure the night. Because when the first light breaks over the horizon, you will understand why the storm had to come, and you will step into a sunrise brighter than anything you have ever imagined. There is a stirring that comes before every breakthrough, a subtle but persistent restlessness deep within your soul. It begins as a quiet whisper, a faint sense that where you are is no longer where you're meant to be. Even when everything seems fine, On the surface, something inside you refuses to settle. That inner unease is not impatience. It is not dissatisfaction with life itself. It is a divine signal, a spiritual compass, pointing you toward the next chapter of your journey. Every great transformation begins not in the outer world, but in the inner one. Long before your circumstances change, your spirit changes. It expands. It begins to crave more. Not necessarily more things, but more meaning, more growth, more purpose. And that expansion makes the old space feel too small. It is like a bird with wings pressed against a cage. The cage is familiar. It is safe. But the bird knows it was not born to live behind bars. Its nature calls it toward the sky. That is what restlessness is. It is your soul outgrowing its current environment. It is the divine calling you forward. And if you ignore it, it does not disappear. It grows louder. What once satisfied you no longer fills you. What once made you feel alive now feels empty. Even success may begin to feel hollow. This is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are evolving. Most people mistake this feeling for frustration or boredom. They try to silence it by distracting themselves with business or comfort. They cling to the familiar even as their spirit aches for more. But those who rise to greatness understand that this restlessness is sacred. It is the soul's way of preparing you for a bigger assignment. When you feel this stirring, do not rush to escape it. Instead, listen to it. Sit with it. Ask yourself what it is trying to tell you. Often, it will reveal the areas of your life that are no longer aligned with who you are becoming. It may show you relationships that no longer support your growth. It may highlight habits that once served you, but now hold you back. It may expose fears you must face to move forward. These are not flaws, they are invitations to evolve. Restlessness also signals that your potential is greater than your present. It is the evidence that something inside you is ready to be born. Every visionary, every inventor, every leader felt this before they stepped into their purpose. It was restlessness that pushed the pioneer to leave the safety of the known and explore the unknown. It was restlessness that urged the dreamer to rise from comfort and build something that did not yet exist. Without that inner discontent, no progress would ever happen. But restlessness alone is not enough. It is the spark, not the fire. What you do with it determines your future. You can either suppress it and remain stuck, or you can let it fuel bold action. And here lies the challenge. Following that inner call often means stepping into uncertainty. It means letting go of what is familiar before you see what comes next. It means trusting that the feeling within you is not a mistake. It is a map. At first, that step may feel terrifying. Your mind will try to convince you to stay where you are. It will remind you of the risks, the unknowns, the comfort you might lose. But growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you wish to rise, you must choose purpose over predictability. The restlessness you feel is not a threat. It is a promise. It is proof that your story is not over yet. Remember, even nature obeys this principle. A seed does not stay a seed. It pushes against the soil until it breaks through as a sprout. A caterpillar does not remain on the ground. It surrenders to transformation and emerges as a butterfly. Neither transformation is comfortable, but both are necessary. The same is true for you. That restless stirring is the beginning of your metamorphosis. So, if you feel unsettled, if your heart is pulling you toward something you cannot yet name, take heart. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are being called. The unease within you is the universe preparing you for expansion. It is shaping you to receive the next level of your destiny. Do not numb it. Do not run from it. Follow it. Let it lead you out of the cage of the familiar and into the wide, open sky of your potential. Because beyond the restlessness lies revelation. Beyond the discomfort lies destiny. And one day, when you stand in the fullness of that new chapter, you will look back and realize that the restless feeling you once wished away was not an obstacle. It was the very signal that greatness was on its way. One of the clearest signs that something bigger is coming into your life is this: doors begin to close. Opportunities you were sure about suddenly disappear. People you thought would walk with you leave. Plans you believed were solid fall apart. And sometimes the doors that close are the very ones you prayed would open. It's easy to see these moments as failures, disappointments, or punishments. But in truth, they are none of those things. They are acts of divine direction, perhaps the most loving and powerful ones you will ever experience. When you are destined for something greater, you cannot stay tied to what is lesser. And so the universe, God, life, whatever name you choose, will begin to remove what no longer serves the path ahead. It is not cruelty. It is alignment. It is life clearing the road of anything that would slow you down or hold you back. Think about this. We often ask for growth but resist the pruning. We ask for a higher purpose but cling to people and places that belong to an old version of ourselves. We pray for a breakthrough but hold on tightly to what feels safe. And so when doors close, it shakes us. We mourn what we've lost, not realizing that what we've lost might have limited what we're meant to gain. Imagine a traveler trying to board a plane while carrying heavy, outdated luggage. The airline tells them the bags are too heavy. They must leave them behind. At first, the traveler protests. Those bags feel familiar, valuable. But once they're left behind, the traveler moves freely and boards the flight that takes them to a new destination. That is what closed doors do. They lighten you. They free you from weights that would have grounded you before you ever took flight. Some doors close because they were never meant to be opened in the first place. They were detours, not destinations. Others close because their season in your life is complete. What once was right may now be wrong. What once helped you grow may now limit you. The same soil that nourishes a seed can strangle a tree if the tree never moves beyond it. Life knows this, and so it removes you from the places that can no longer sustain your evolution. And yes, this process hurts. The job that vanishes, the relationship that ends, the dream that collapses. It can feel like the ground has been pulled from beneath you. But here is the truth you must hold on to. What leaves your life when you're being prepared for something greater was never meant to stay. It was either too small, too shallow, or too fragile to carry you into your next chapter. Sometimes the door that closes is the very thing that would have distracted you from your true calling. It would have consumed your energy, delayed your purpose, or offered you comfort when you needed growth. You might not see it now, but one day you will look back and give thanks for the opportunities that did not work out, because without those rejections, you would have missed your redirection. Closed doors are not the end of the story. They are punctuation marks in the sentence of your destiny. They create space for new doors to appear. And here's the paradox. New doors often remain invisible until the old ones shut. As long as we cling to what was, our hands are too full to receive what can be. As long as we stand in front of a locked door, we miss the open ones waiting just around the corner. This is why trust is essential during seasons of closure. You must believe that life is not working against you, but for you. Even if you cannot see the plan, you must trust that there is one. Even if the path ahead seems unclear, you must walk forward knowing that clarity often comes after obedience, not before it. So, when a door closes, especially one you desperately wanted open, pause before you despair. Ask yourself, what might this be protecting me from? What new direction might this be pointing me toward? And then, instead of banging on the door that will not open, turn your gaze outward. Look for the door that is quietly swinging wide elsewhere. Remember this, the universe does not subtract without intention. Every exit creates space for an entrance. Every ending prepares the way for a beginning. Every closed door is a silent message saying, this is not your room. Your room is ahead. And one day, when you step through the door that was always meant for you, you will understand why the others had to close. You will thank life for the redirections you once resisted, because without them, you would never have arrived at the place you were always meant to be. So, do not curse the doors that close. Bless them. They are not blocking you. They are guiding you. They are not a sign of loss. They are a sign that something far greater is on its way. There is a hidden rhythm to the unfolding of destiny, Everything magnificent, every great tree, every masterpiece, every transformation takes time. Yet in our impatience, we often mistake delay for denial. We think that because something hasn't happened yet, it never will. But here is a deeper truth. When God is preparing you for something big, delays are not setbacks. They are part of the strategy. The universe does not rush greatness. It builds it slowly, layer by layer, moment by moment. And when something extraordinary is being prepared for your life, a time becomes the tool through which you are shaped and strengthened to receive it. At first, these delays can feel frustrating. You may wonder why the breakthrough you've prayed for hasn't arrived. You may feel like everyone around you is moving forward while you are stuck in place. The doors remain closed. The results remain unseen. The progress feels painfully slow, and doubt begins to whisper maybe it's not meant for you. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe it's too late. But pause and look closer. The seed buried in the soil also waits in darkness before it breaks through the earth. The butterfly spends time hidden in the cocoon before it spreads its wings. Delay does not mean nothing is happening. It means everything necessary is happening beneath the surface. What you see as a pause is often a season of preparation. The universe is aligning circumstances, shaping opportunities, and refining you so that when the blessing arrives, you are ready to hold it. Without that preparation, even the greatest gift could slip through your fingers. Consider this: if you give a powerful engine to someone who has never learned to drive, it will only cause harm. But if you train them first, if you teach them patience, responsibility, and skill, then when the engine is finally placed in their hands, they can use it to go farther than they ever dreamed. The same principle applies to life. The delay is not punishment. It is training. It is the time required to grow into the person capable of handling what's coming. Sometimes the delay isn't about you at all. It's about everything around you aligning perfectly. The people you need to meet may not be ready yet. The opportunity destined for you may still be forming. The place you are meant to step into may still be under construction. Like a grand play, every actor and every scene must be prepared before the curtain rises. If you rush onto the stage too soon, the masterpiece won't unfold as it should. That is why patience is not weakness. It is power. It is the ability to trust the process even when you cannot see the progress. It is the quiet strength to keep moving forward, to keep growing, and to keep believing even when nothing seems to be happening. Patience is faith in motion. During these waiting seasons, something profound also happens within you. You develop resilience. You build depth. You learn discipline. These qualities are not built in moments of instant gratification. They are forged in the fires of delay. And once they are formed, they stay with you forever, making you unshakable when your breakthrough arrives. It's also important to recognize that sometimes the delay is protecting you. What you desire right now may not yet be good for you. If it came too soon, it could overwhelm you or derail your purpose. Life's delays are often its way of saying, not yet, but soon. And when soon finally arrives, you will see that the timing was perfect all along. The truth is, divine timing is never early and never late. It arrives precisely when you are ready, not when you think you're ready, but when you are. And when it does, what once felt delayed will suddenly feel right on time. The years of waiting will melt into gratitude as you realize that every moment of not yet was preparing you for a destiny far greater than anything you could have imagined. So if you are in a season of delay right now, do not lose heart. Do not give up just because it's taking longer than you hoped. Time is not your enemy. It is your ally. The pause is not a stop. It is a setup. You are not stuck. You are being shaped. Keep planting. Keep building. Keep believing. Because when the appointed time arrives, and it will, everything will fall into place so beautifully that you will understand why it couldn't happen any sooner. And on that day, you will see that the delay was never a denial. It was divine timing. The universe's way of making sure that the moment your destiny arrives, you will not only recognize it, you will be ready to rise into it. When something big is about to enter your life, one of the most telling signs is that new people and unexpected opportunities begin to show up, often in ways you didn't plan and couldn't predict. It's as if the universe starts rearranging the pieces on the board, positioning everything and everyone you'll need for the chapter ahead. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. Every destiny requires divine connections. No great journey is ever walked alone. Even the most self-made individuals did not rise without the right people crossing their path at the right time. These connections may come disguised as strangers who inspire you, mentors who guide you, friends who challenge you, or even critics who push you out of complacency. But each one serves a purpose in the unfolding of your story. When a new season is near, you'll notice this shift. People will enter your life unexpectedly, perhaps through chance encounters, introductions, or shared goals. Some will bring new ideas that expand your thinking. Others will open doors you could never have opened alone. Some will help you grow, while others will refine your character by testing your patience, resilience, or humility. Together, they form the network that will support your next level. The same is true for opportunities. They often arrive quietly, disguised as small chances or side paths, a conversation that leads to a partnership, a project that evolves into a career, a risk that turns into a breakthrough. Most people overlook these moments because they don't look like the grand reward they're waiting for. But opportunities rarely shout. They whisper. They knock gently, asking if you are willing to step forward before you see the full picture. Think of these people and opportunities as bridges. They connect where you are to where you're meant to go. Without them, your journey would stall. But here's the key: they won't always arrive in the way you expect. Often, they will appear during seasons of uncertainty, right when you think everything is falling apart. You may lose something familiar and almost immediately meet someone new who introduces you to a world you didn't know existed. You may face rejection in one place and suddenly find an open door in another. These moments are not random. They are divine redirections. It's important to understand that not every new person is meant to stay forever. Some are there for a single lesson, a single season, or a single push forward. They are like stepping stones across a river. Each one takes you closer to the other side, even if you don't remain standing on them forever. Don't cling too tightly or judge too quickly. Be open to the idea that each person who enters your path may be part of a larger plan. At the same time, be discerning. Just as the universe sends people to elevate you, distractions can appear to derail you. Not every hand extended toward you is meant to lead you forward. Some opportunities will glitter but not grow you. This is why wisdom and intuition are vital during this season. Listen closely to that inner voice. It will guide you toward the doors meant for you and away from those that would detour your destiny. Here's another truth: you must also be willing to leave behind certain relationships to embrace new ones. When God wants to bring new people into your life, He may first create distance between you and those who no longer align with your purpose. This can feel painful, but it's necessary. The space created by one departure often becomes the doorway for someone new to enter. Just as a tree must shed old leaves to grow new ones, you too must make room for the next stage of your evolution. And opportunities, they often require courage. Many people miss their breakthrough simply because it didn't come packaged in certainty. The invitation came, but fear said no. The chance appeared, but self-doubt whispered, "You're not ready." But understand this: opportunities are rarely about readiness. They are about willingness. The universe does not ask, "Are you prepared?" It asks, "Will you trust?" So, when new people cross your path, welcome them with awareness. Learn from them. Grow with them. When unexpected opportunities appear, don't dismiss them just because they're unfamiliar. Explore them. Test them. Step toward them, even if you must do so trembling, because those people and those chances may very well be the keys that unlock the next chapter of your story. Remember, destiny is a team effort. The dream you're destined to live will not unfold in isolation. It will unfold through the hands, hearts, and doors of others, some of whom you haven't even met yet. So, watch closely. If new people are appearing in your life, if new doors are being placed before you, it is not random. It is not luck. It is the unmistakable sign that something greater is being built around you. Each new connection is a thread in the tapestry of your future. Each unexpected opportunity is a step toward the life you were always meant to live. And one day, when you stand in that new reality, you will look back and realize none of it was by chance. Every encounter, every opportunity, every coincidence was a deliberate piece of a divine design, preparing you for the extraordinary that was always destined to be yours. There comes a moment on every path to greatness when the universe whispers a sacred and unsettling invitation: step beyond what is safe. This is the call that separates those who dream from those who rise. It is the point where destiny demands more of you, more courage, more trust, more willingness to walk into the unknown. When something big is about to enter your life, it will almost always require you to leave your comfort zone. This is not punishment, it is preparation. Greatness cannot exist in the same space as comfort, because comfort is where growth goes to sleep. And if you want to rise into the life that's waiting for you, you must be willing to trade the familiar for the possible. Comfort is seductive. It feels safe, predictable, and easy. It's the routine, the habits you've mastered, the environment that doesn't challenge you. But comfort is also a cage, a golden one, perhaps, but a cage nonetheless. And no matter how beautiful a cage may be, it cannot give you the sky. The truth is, the version of you that can receive the big thing coming into your life is not the version you are now. That version is waiting on the other side of risk, fear, and uncertainty. And the only bridge to that version is courage, the willingness to act even when you are afraid. Every great leap in history began with someone stepping into the unknown. Every leader, every visionary, every creator had to walk through the valley of uncertainty before they reached the summit of their destiny. They did not have guarantees. They did not have perfect clarity. What they had was trust. Trust in the calling within them, trust in the vision ahead, and trust that the ground would appear beneath their feet once they took the first step. You must do the same. The path ahead will not always reveal itself in full. Often, it will unfold one step at a time. That is by design. If you saw the entire journey, you might hesitate. If you knew every challenge, you might retreat. But when you take one step and then another, the path reveals itself as you move. It is motion, not certainty, that activates destiny. Stepping beyond comfort may require you to let go of things you've held onto tightly. Jobs that no longer serve your growth, relationships that keep you small, habits that anchor you to the past. It may demand that you speak when you'd rather stay silent, try when you fear failing, or stand alone when support seems scarce. This is the cost of expansion. And while it is never easy, it is always worth it. Remembered fear is not a sign you are on the wrong path. Fear is a sign that you are standing at the edge of transformation. The goal is not to eliminate fear, but to walk forward in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that something greater than fear, your purpose, your potential, your calling, matters more. Here's a powerful truth. The discomfort you resist today is the strength you will rely on tomorrow. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you expand your capacity. Every time you push beyond your limits, you raise your ceiling. And every time you step into uncertainty with faith, you train your spirit to trust the process. These moments forge the resilience you will need to carry the weight of the blessings coming your way. Even nature follows this law. The eagle does not learn to fly by staying in the nest. At some point, the mother pushes it out, not to harm it, but to teach it that its wings were meant for the sky. Likewise, life will nudge you, and sometimes shove you, out of your nest. What once felt secure will start to feel too small. What once was comfortable will begin to suffocate. That discomfort is not a sign you are failing. It is the universe pushing you to soar. You must be willing to move before you feel ready. Because readiness is not a state you wait for, it's a state you create through action. You don't become strong, then lift the weight. You lift the weight to become strong. The same is true here. You don't become fearless, then step into the unknown. You step into the unknown, and fear loses its power over you. And here's the most beautiful part. Once you step beyond comfort, you discover that what once terrified you now empowers you. What once felt impossible becomes your new normal. And from that higher ground, you see possibilities that were invisible from where you once stood. So if you feel life calling you beyond your comfort zone, do not resist it. That call is not a threat. It is a signal that your next level is near. Say yes to the risk. Say yes to the uncertainty. Say yes to the leap. Because everything you desire, the purpose you're meant to fulfill, the person you're meant to become, the blessings you're destined to hold, is waiting on the other side of that step. The life you dream of will not meet you in your comfort zone. It will meet you on the path of courage. And when you finally cross that line, you'll look back and realize the step you feared the most was the one that changed everything. Here is a moment in every great transformation when the noise around you grows louder, yet something remarkable begins to happen inside you. A deep, unshakable peace settles in your soul. It's not the peace that comes from everything going right. It's the peace that comes even when nothing seems to be going right at all. And when you feel that quiet stillness in the middle of life's storms, it is one of the clearest signs that something big is about to enter your life. This kind of peace is not ordinary. It is not the result of perfect circumstances or an easy path. It is the peace that defies logic, the kind that shows up even when the situation hasn't changed yet. It is not born of external conditions, but of internal alignment. It means that deep down, beneath the uncertainty, beneath the waiting, beneath the fear, your spirit knows that you are exactly where you need to be. This peace is the soul's way of saying, you are on the right path. It's the universe's quiet whisper, hold steady. The blessing is near. Ironically, this peace often arrives when chaos surrounds you. Things might still be unsettled. Challenges may still press on every side. People may still misunderstand you. But something within you shifts. You stop needing to control every outcome. You stop obsessing over how and when things will happen. Instead, you begin to trust, not blindly, but deeply. You trust that what is meant for you is already moving toward you. You trust that the delays, the detours, the disappointments are part of a plan larger than your vision. This peace is not weakness. It is strength. It is not passive. It is powerful. It does not mean you've given up. It means you've grown up. Because real maturity is not about controlling everything around you. It's about mastering everything within you. When you carry this peace, storms no longer shake you the same way. You realize that chaos on the outside cannot disturb calm on the inside, unless you let it. You understand that battles are often won not by fighting harder, but by standing still in faith. You see that worry changes nothing, but trust changes everything. And here's the beautiful paradox. This peace often arrives before the blessing. It's not the result of the breakthrough. It's the preparation for it. It's as if the universe is asking, can you be calm before the answer comes? Can you rest before the door opens? Can you believe before you see? Because if you can hold your peace in uncertainty, you are ready to carry the weight of the blessing when it arrives. This peace also signals that you are no longer driven by desperation. Desperation is rooted in fear. Fear of missing out, fear of failure, fear of being left behind. But peace is rooted in knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you, knowing that the timing is perfect even if you don't understand it, a knowing that your role is not to chase but to align. When you shift from chasing to aligning, everything changes. You stop forcing doors to open and start preparing yourself to walk through them. You stop begging life to change and start becoming the version of yourself who can receive change. This shift from anxiety to assurance is one of the most powerful transformations you can experience. And it almost always happens just before a major breakthrough. Consider the seed buried beneath the soil. Before it breaks through the surface, there is no visible sign of life. Yet beneath the ground, everything is happening. Roots are forming, strength is building, and life is preparing to emerge. The soil is still, but it is full of potential. That stillness is not inactivity, it is readiness. The same is true of the peace within you. It means that your roots are deep, your foundation is strong, and your moment of emergence is near. This peace also brings clarity. When your heart is calm, you can hear guidance more clearly. You recognize which opportunities are for you and which are distractions. You discern which voices to trust and which to ignore. And most importantly, you feel connected to something greater than yourself, something guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for more than you can yet see. So if you find yourself in chaos but notice an unusual calm rising within you, don't dismiss it. That peace is not accidental. It is not weakness. It is a sacred signal, proof that your inner world is aligning with the future you've been praying for. It means the storm around you is nearing its end. It means the blessing is close enough to touch. And one day soon, when the doors open and the prayers are answered, you will realize that this peace was the bridge between where you were and where you were meant to be. It wasn't the reward for the breakthrough. It was the reason you could receive it. So hold on to that peace. Guard it fiercely. Let it anchor you when the winds rise and guide you when the path is unclear. Because when God is about to give you something big, the first sign is not always noise or movement. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's stillness. Sometimes it's a deep, unexplainable peace in the middle of the storm, quietly telling you you're almost there. Now that you've walked through these 7 signs, pause and reflect. Are they showing up in your life? If they are, even in small ways, then understand this: you are not being tested, you are being transformed. Every shift, every delay, every disruption, and every moment of stillness is not random. It is evidence that something greater is being built within you and around you. The journey to a big destiny is not smooth or simple. It is marked by moments of doubt and clarity, struggle and strength, endings and new beginnings. It asks you to release what no longer serves you, to embrace growth even when it's uncomfortable, to trust even when you can't see, and to remain at peace when chaos tries to consume you. But through it all, one truth remains unshaken. You are being prepared for something beyond anything you have yet imagined. The signs are not there to tease you. They are there to reassure you. They whisper, don't give up now. Keep moving, keep believing, keep becoming, because the blessing that's on its way is not just about what you will receive. It's about who you will become in the process. And when it arrives, you'll understand why the waiting was necessary, why the battles were essential, and why the journey could never have been shorter. So walk forward with unwavering faith. Stand firm when the winds rise. Say yes to growth, yes to discomfort, yes to change, because all of it is shaping you into the vessel that can hold the greatness you've been destined for. The signs are here. The shift is happening. The door is about to open. And when it does, it won't just be another opportunity. It will be the moment your purpose and your preparation finally collide. This is your season. This is your time. Something big is coming, and it's coming for you.